changing of sunlight to moonlight, reflections of my life. Oh, how they fill my eyes. The greetings of people in trouble, reflections of my life. Oh, how they fill my eyes. All my sorrow, sad tomorrow, take me back to my own home. All my crying, feel I'm dying, take me back to my own home.
So we found this last night, but it was too dark for me to take a video or pictures. That's really, really tiny. It's maybe 2 feet high. Obviously a little guy replicating what the big fellas do to a T. I've seen that so many times, you know, bigger versions. And when you see these little miniature versions, it's just, well, it's really compelling. Not only that, it just warms your heart to think the little guys are, you know, just learning from their bigger brothers and sisters and cousins. And yeah, here comes the wind. You hear a lot of wind in this video, so I'll turn it off now. This past Wednesday was one of those amazing days in the woods that, you know, you just never forget and always remains dear to your heart because of the connections established. It was one of those days that just brought people together in harmony and love, and there was some magic that went on too. And of course, the Sasquatch people were very, very present. And I'm going to leave this very brief, because some of these things are pretty personal. Some involve my wife, and I don't want to overstep my boundaries and tell a story of hers that she may not want told at this time, but I will just go into brief detail. But in any event, Susan and I decided that we were going to go camp in the woods. And it had been quite a while. The weather was sunny and cold and quite windy, but we decided to brave it anyway, and it was well worth it. We invited our dear friend Laurel, and she ended up showing up. Now, everybody that went in there that day that drove in was greeted with a beautiful love envelope, a powerful greeting that often happens when people this clan knows come into their area. It's not unusual. One of the things that was very clear is that the Sasquatch people were happy that Susan and I were camping again. It had been a number of months since we had been in there, you know, with the winter weather and such. And it was really, really evident, like I said, that they were happy to see us. The energy was palpable. You could cut it with a knife. Everybody who showed up felt it. Now, one of the real beautiful things is that I saw Randy Brisson for the first time in months. He showed up, and he hadn't been in the woods in a number of months. circumstances beyond his control prevented him from going into the woods. And been a while since we had seen each other. And he's such an important part of my journey. And I think I'm an important part of his journey too, in a similar but different way. And the Sasquatch people shared a lot of their most magic, mystical, and so-called supernatural experiences with us when we were together. And it's a very special bond, and they were extremely happy that we were together again. And as soon as I saw him, it was like I was hit up with this absolutely beautiful love envelope and joy that the clan expressed through this amazing loving energy of how happy they were to see us together again. And Randy felt it too. And as a matter of fact, when he was driving in, he knew that I was going to be there. That's how powerful the connection and the energy was, and how it was flowing on that particular day, and how the dots were connecting, where we're closer to that energy language, I suppose. I'm not coming up with the right words, but you know what I mean. And it was profound. It was really, really profound. And like I said, our friend Laurel felt the same. And Sue had an extraordinary experience, like I said. Um, it involves some visions that she experienced behind her eyes. And I won't get into any of the details of it, but recently we've been entertaining some new ideas pertaining to things not necessarily Sasquatch. And it has something to do with that. And that's as far as I'll go. But it was magical, and it was perhaps an answer. I'm not sure. That's for her to decide. And of course, we came across a little tiny structure that one of the juveniles did, emulating the adults, or one of the older juveniles. I don't mean juvenile, I'm sorry. A little kid did this. A little toddler, or a 4 or 5 year old, I think. Watching the big guys and just emulating what they do. Because it's a perfect replica of a bigger one, and it's really, really touching and sweet. I think Raj was here. We'll talk more about it later when there's no wind. Of course, when we were packing up, dear Rajase, Ari's daughter, left us a beautiful glyph, her H glyph, made with a thoughtful Y stick as well, which of course is Man Sasquatch Connected. So there was a lot of stuff going on. And I don't want to go into a lot of detail about it. I just wanted to briefly share it. But it's just talks about the connection, and the love, and how we are all connected more than we think, and how synchronicity brings us all together, especially when you're opening up. And it's just like a miracle and magic every day. And I didn't really give this day the full, how do I say it? I didn't do it right as far as describing it in detail, but some of it's private, so I won't. But it was also a time for me of great reflection. I was, in conversation with the Sasquatch, and we were having an internal conversation where there's not words, it's more feelings, answers, thoughts. And I resolved some things, and I think got a deeper understanding of some things. So all around, it was just an amazing day and a great gift from the Sasquatch people. And I'm so happy that we went, and can't wait to get back. And evidently they were happy we were there too. They were happy everybody was there. And this is the kind of relationship that I think that is possible for anybody who shows the Sasquatch people respect. and approaches them from a heartfelt basis. If you do that, you have a chance and an opportunity to have a real relationship with these people. So I thought I would share that, and can't wait to get out there again. One of the beautiful things that they delivered for me was a lesson given in their unique, undeniable way. And what I'm referring to is Susan and I have been discussing in the last number of days or weeks the fact that, you know, when you're connected to the universe and when you're opening up to the universe, the messages that come may not necessarily be from Sasquatch all the time. And that's fine. It really doesn't matter. It's still an answer from the universe at the time you needed it, or at the precise time. So that's really defines it. The fact that, like I said, the messenger is not as important as the message. And it's the universe answering you. So that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And I got a very powerful lesson in that at this very gathering this past Wednesday. Sue had went back into town in the truck. Laurel and I were there by ourselves. And I was gathering firewood. And I went by one of the fire pits and I saw an X was placed there. First I said, oh, okay. Didn't pay too much attention to it. And then I looked and I saw that one of the sticks that formed the X was a very subtle little Y. And then I thought, wow, you know, once again, they're little subtleties. Friendship welcome, you know, and man, Sasquatch connected in this little cliff. And, you know, as always, I was really, really thrilled, and I just love finding their stuff, and I love finding personal messages. So it was awesome. And so a little later, I caught up with Laurel, and I said, hey, come on back here, just a couple campsites down, and check this out. I found a cool message. And as she looked at it, she immediately saw the Y stick, but she said, you know, I think that was somebody peeled that to roast marshmallows. And when I looked at it, I said, wow, I think you're right. Now, that does not say that the Sasquatch or somebody did not put those sticks like that after the fact and after the purpose they were used for. But it hit me right then. The main reason I was looking at that at this precise time, and the main lesson, the powerful lesson that answered the things that Susan and I have been discussing for some weeks, was the fact that, you know what, maybe it was people who left that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the message. And I got the message. The message was received. So, something to think about. Something to think about. And I don't want anybody thinking that, you know, these glyphs and a lot of this stuff, you know, most of it is Sasquatch interaction, at least with me. And that's pretty much established. But my point, as I said, is the message is the important thing. How it got there is secondary. So something to think about.
The world is a bad place, a terrible